Hey guys, ZeroArmada here with a little armor customization commentary. I'm going to go over some armor builds, what works best, and what gear combinations work best for what armor builds and whatnot. Keep in mind that a lot of this stuff may change in the future, so it may not, be relevant in a couple months down the road. So just keep that in mind. First build I have is a speed build, and with a speed build, pretty much your health is out the window because you're gonna get two-shotted, three-shot easily. So I don't even like weigh in health. I just go straight up for run speed and stamina. Armor is basically pertinent on how much damage a headshot does to you, so I don't really worry about that because a headshot's pretty much gonna kill you anyways. HRV and recharge rate I don't really worry about as well because if you're using HRV in the best possible way, what you want to do is just want to turn it on really quickly, then turn it off, get like a quick snapshot of the battlefield, and then just use it sparingly but effectively, I guess you can say. So you don't have to really worry about the recharge rate at all. But yeah, first build is a speed build. Helmet is the Allied R5X Ghost. Chest piece is the Deluxe Battle Vest OS. That's the fastest chest piece out there, but you're gonna have to sacrifice your gear slots. And if you can see right here, you have like little closed circle, open circles. And the circles dictate your gear slots. So you have two closed circles here, so you have two slots that you're unable to use. If I have, let's say, two open slots or two full slots, bam, I get two more slots to use for my gear. So that's basically what the circles mean, but we're using the Deluxe Battle Vest OS. Boots, we use the Deluxe R2 skirmishers. Those are the fastest boots out there, aside from the speed demons. But you cannot unlock the speed demons without doing the SSD test, and you have to pass it. So basically, if you have an SSD solid state drive, you can actually go into settings, and there's a game options, and under the game options or under performance, there's a hard drive speed test, and you have to I think you have to reach like 8,000 or over 9,000. But if you reach like a certain value, it gives you like a little pop-up and it says like SSD detected, and if you get that, you're good to go, and that should be unlocked for you. You're still gonna have to buy it, and it's like a ridiculous price. It's like I think like 225 GP to permanently buy it or something like that, and it's like 2,500 GP a day just to buy it. So if you're gonna buy it and you know you're gonna use it, I would just permit right now. But it'll give you up to like for this build, if you have the speed demons instead, it'll give you 9.69 run speed, which is pretty fast. But yeah, that's pretty much the armor right there. Gives you 9.63 run speed and 5.8 seconds of stamina. For the gear, ideally, if you're gonna be like a speedy build, you're gonna want to be stealthy and whatnot. And I see a lot of people use cloak and HRV blackout specifically for speed builds, and a machete because a lot of the speed people like to melee a lot or melee. So machete is a good choice. But with the cloak and the blackout, you can pretty much use those two in tandem. You can set up a blackout anywhere, and a blackout's basically this little mine. You put it on the floor, and it'll generate this force field. And this force field, you cannot see people in HRV if they're standing inside of it. So if you're cloaked inside a blackout, no one will be able to see you. So if you can use those two in tandem, it's pretty effective. Another thing I see people use is the proximity mine with the blackout, and if you're sniping, that's probably a better choice for you instead of the machete, because you can just put a blackout somewhere behind you and put a prox mine in there, and people won't be able to see the prox mine in HRV. So unless they see the blackout and they're kind of cautious of it, they're gonna get screwed over by the prox mine. So those are a couple combinations, but those are pretty much like the most common things that I see people use for a speed build. For the speed build, you're probably better off in objective-based games. Like if you're gonna go TDM, Rambo style, and want to just rack up kills, I would recommend you go for a medium or a heavy build. So this is more of an objective-based setup, and I think it should be used. If you use it in that kind of a way, you'll be pretty successful when you're playing Domination or King of the Hill or Net War or Capture the Flag especially. So that's just stuff to keep in mind. Next build you should probably all recognize pretty easily. It's the default build. Honestly, the default gear is pretty good till like level 15 or level 20. The default assault rifle, the default armor is all pretty much good standing. You can use it till like level 15, level 20 until you get better gear. But it'll last you a while unless you want to go ahead and buy like a level 30 piece item off the bat. I mean, I'd say just use it because it's perfectly workable. Um, Ideally, when you hit level 11, you want to unlock the heal injector. You want to get the HE grenade as well when you can unlock that. And you want to get the regular grenade, just 2 grenades. I mean, this is the build I would run with, just 2 grenades, just for the damage and just to, kill people with them. But, other good choices are Proxmine, of course. Like I said earlier, it's a good thing to have, especially if you're going to be sniping or something, or you're going to use something that's kind of, indicative of you like having to really aim like a combat rifle or something like that. Um, Toxic Mine is, if you can hit a Toxic Mine dead on, like in the center of a person, it can kill him. I mean, it kills fast, but I'd rather have an HE grenade than a Toxic Grenade, so I wouldn't usually use that, to be honest. Unless you have like 3 grenade slots or something, or 3 slots, I mean, Toxic would probably be the next best thing to put if you want to use in the grenade. EMP and the Digi Grenade are also great choices. They're kind of like the smoke grenade and the flashbang of Blacklight. EMP gives you like a little blue screen of death, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, that's kind of something that is like the flashbang. Like I said, it's the flashbang. So, I mean, if you're like in a close quarters map, it'd probably be perfect to use it there if you ever see like a lot big group of people. And Digigrenade just gives you like a little like a kind of like a smoke grenade, like I said, and it gives you like a little air symbol, and it gives you like a little like fuzzed out area, so people can't really see inside of it. But like I said, I mean, those are probably more objective based maps. If you're gonna do straight like deathmatch or whatever, I just go for grenades. And the next build is the 222 build. I mean, I'd say it's probably like the consensus build right now. A lot of people use it. And we got the Overmatch Bonebreaker, we got the Overmatch Impact CQT, and we got the Guardian Colossus RC6. And the thing about this build is you got 4 gear slots in addition to your gear slot for your health injector or your cloak or your barricade or whatever. So, like ideally, what I would do is I would have 2 grenades, I'd have a blackout, and I'd have a Proxmine to use those 2 in combination. But I mean, this is probably like honestly, this is like a multi-purpose build. Like I've seen people snipe with it. I've seen people just run and gun with it, and gives you some. I mean, like I said, you sacrifice a lot of run speed. It's 7.9 run speed, but you still have a moderate amount of health, 222. And like I said, everything else you can just you don't have to worry about them pretty much. And it gives you 4 full slots. But I mean, honestly, this is probably like build I think is really effective, and that a lot of people agree that is like the consensus build to have for like a multi-purpose situation. But yeah, that's the 222 in a nutshell. I guess you can say it's kind of like a medium build, but yeah. And for a heavy build, I really wouldn't change that much for my 222 build. I'd probably just get the slant helmet. Okay, get up to 242. I don't think you should go max, which is 250. I don't even think you can go to max, but I mean, I don't think you should stay to one extreme for the heavy builds. I mean, you still want a little bit of run speed. So, I mean, in a way, you can use the 222 as a heavy build, but if you still want a little bit more health, you can put on Daedalus Slant X2. For depot, first 2 I'd always keep the ammo and the health refill. I mean, those are pretty much like the most common things I use in the game. Like I only use the flamethrower when there's a hard suit. Hard suit's probably another thing that a lot of people use, of course. Honestly, there isn't really that much more you can really buy that's effective in the depot. The bear claw is not really that good, even though it's a grenade launcher. The grenades aren't really that good, to be honest with you. I'd use the railgun. I mean, I think that's probably the best thing you can buy out of the depot is the railgun. Brimstone's good for objective base like King of the Hill or CTF or something like that. Turrets are good for domination, especially, or net war probably. Minigun, I've seen minigun can raid people too, but I mean honestly, if you're gonna use a minigun, I just go for a hard suit. That way you can have a minigun and a railgun. I mean, but I mean I think a lot of these are more geared towards objective based games, pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much equipment guide in a nutshell. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments in the chat box below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching.